We've seen this song titled Dopamine.
Give me dopamine, give me dopamine, give me dopamine, put the love on me, put the love on me, girl, put it all over me.
Before you know it, we'll have songs called norepinephrine and GABA. What are Nigerian musicians getting into these days? These are called neurotransmitters, and today, let's talk neurotransmitters. Now, what are neurotransmitters? Neurotransmitters are chemicals found inside your body that allows a nerve cell to communicate and pass messages with one another throughout the body so that the body can function properly. Now, how do they do this, right? The process of neurotransmission starts firstly with an electrical signal. Where there's an electrical impulse, you have an action potential which travels down the axon of the nerve cell, which is also called a neuron. Now, this electrical signal then causes the vesicles to release the neurotransmitters into the synapse. Okay, now the neurotransmitters will then diffuse across the synapse and finally bind to specific receptors on the dendrites of the next neuron, much like a lock and key. Now the binding now triggers a response in the receiving neuron, and the response can either be excitatory, which is making the neuron more likely to fire, or inhibitory, which makes it less likely to fire. Now, the final step is the signal termination. The neurotransmitters are then removed from the synapse by being broken down by enzymes, or they can be reabsorbed by the presynaptic neuron, the first neuron, which then stops the signal. There are at least 100 neurotransmitters, and I suspect there are many others that are yet to be discovered. But I'll just mention about 5 of them, okay? Now, we have serotonin. Serotonin helps regulate mood. It regulates sleep patterns, sexuality, anxiety, appetite, and pain. Now, there are some diseases associated with serotonin imbalance and include things like seasonal affective disorder, anxiety, depression, fibromyalgia, and chronic pain. Medications that regulate serotonin and treat these disorders include the SSRIs and the SNRIs. Now, let's talk about dopamine, which is also the other song. Dopamine plays a role in your body's reward system, include things like feeling pleasure, achieving a heightened arousal, and learning. Dopamine, also known as the feel-good neurotransmitter, is involved in reward, motivation, and addiction. There are several types of addictive drugs that increase dopamine levels in the brain. It also plays an important role in coordinating the body movement. So things like Parkinson's disease, which is a degenerative disease that results in tremors and motor movement impairment. Now, this is caused by loss of dopamine-generating neurons in the brain. There are other diseases that are associated with dysfunction in the dopamine system. So things like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, restless leg syndrome, ADHD, all these can be associated with dopamine imbalance. Many highly addictive drugs like cocaine, methamphetamine, the amphetamines, they also directly act on the dopamine system. Next is epinephrine, also called adrenaline, UK people. Oof, these are responsible for your body's so-called flight or fight response to fear and to stress. Now, this neurotransmitter stimulates your body's response by increasing your heart rate, your breathing, your blood pressure, blood sugar, and blood flow to your muscles, as well as heighten attention and focus to allow you to act or react to different stressors. Too much epinephrine can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and other health problems. As a drug, epinephrine is used to treat anaphylaxis, asthma attacks, and cardiac arrest, and other severe infections. Next, we have norepinephrine, also called noradrenaline with our UK folks. This increases blood pressure and heart rate. It's most widely known for its effects on alertness, arousal, decision-making, attention, and focus. So there are many medications like stimulants and depression medications that aim to increase norepinephrine levels to improve focus or concentration, and you can use this for ADHD, or to modulate norepinephrine to improve depression and anxiety symptoms. Next, we have gamma-aminobutyric acid, also known as GABA. This is a naturally occurring amino acid that acts in the body as an inhibitory chemical messenger. GABA contributes to vision and motor control and also regulates anxiety. The benzodiazepines, which are used to help treat anxiety, function by increasing the efficiency of GABA neurotransmitters, which can increase feelings of relaxation and calm. And finally, I'll talk about acetylcholine, which does a number of functions in our central nervous system, which includes the brain and the spinal cord, and also in the peripheral nervous system, which are the nerves that branch from the central nervous system. Acetylcholine is released by most neurons in your autonomic nervous system to regulate your heart rate, your blood pressure, and your gut motility. Acetylcholine plays a role in muscle contraction, memory, motivation, sexual desires, sleep, and learning. When you have imbalances in acetylcholine levels, they are linked with health issues like Alzheimer's disease, seizures, and muscle spasms. Well, these are just a few, but there are many more. And it may be a new motivation for Nigerian singers to use another neurotransmitter in their songs. I'm Dr. Sachima Ochije, board-certified adult and geriatric psychiatrist, here to talk all things mental health. Send your questions, send your thoughts, send anything about this. Until next time, let's talk.